He was driving somewhere between Gallup and Winslow on an old stretch of Route 66. At the end of his rope, looking for hope, but he found this old bar here instead. The neon was dusty, the door hinges rusty, on the window a handwritten sign. Between the Paps and the Coors and the two swinging doors, faded words, but he read them just fine. If you cheat, hope it's death that you're cheating. If you lie, lie with someone you love. If you fight, do it for the right reason. If you drink, then come drink one with us. The whole place was packed. The waitress waved him on back, set him up on the last stool. She said, man, I can tell you've been going through hell. Well, we've all come out of there too. And we live by our own golden rule. If you cheat, hope it's death that you're cheating. If you lie, lie with someone you love. If you fight, do it for the right reasons. If you drink, then come drink one with us. All we can do is the best that we can. So we're all sinners, forgivers, and friends. If you cheat, hope it's death that you're cheating. If you lie, lie with someone you love. If you fight, do it for the right reasons. If you drink, then come drink one with us. If you drink, then come drink one with us. Drink one with us.
And welcome to another edition of the True Patriot Outfitters podcast. Folks, that was Chris Turner with none other than a video produced and directed by Mr. Randy Couture himself. Super cool video. Amazing song. Chris Turner is a phenomenal entertainer. He is one of the core members of our Stop 22 tour division of the Romans Warrior Foundation. Tonight's episode is being brought to you by, again, Romans Warrior Foundation, and all of the entities, the Stop 22 Tour, the Global War on Terror's Wall of Remembrance, the Field Ops Division, the Hoosiers with Hearts, and a new collaborating partner of ours, Rack Fishing Association. Without these guys, we're not going to be in a position to put things down for this Veterans Day end of season fishing awesome event that we have going there. Before we get going too much further, folks, I want you to understand when I say this episode brought to you by, it's important that you know we don't sell advertising. This is not a spot that a company can buy. Okay. Who brings this nonprofit organization podcast to you are organizations that have supported the True Patriot Outfitters on some level or another to make it possible for us to stay on mission. That's who I talk about. It's not about the fishing side of things. It's not about someone giving dollars to be a sponsor of a show. Um, Now, could it be an organization that donated to our organization for a purpose? You better believe it. Yes. Money makes the world go round, baby. And that's unfortunately, people forget nonprofits are small businesses and we have a lot of expenses that need to be covered. And then, of course, more importantly, our number one mission is the mission to make sure that our services are in place and we can provide awesome outing and healing experiences for our nation's warfighters. So that's where, when you see me talking about a company, you know for a fact if we mention them here, they're an organization that has helped the True Patriot Outfitters in some way or another in regards to product, finances, donations, helping us coordinate facilities, donations in kind, whatever the case may be. So just wanted to make sure people are understanding that. So, man, what we're going to do tonight, we're going to talk about, it won't be a very long episode tonight. We're going to get right down into the nitty gritty of this stuff. And what we're going to do is we're going to chat about the Veterans Day end of year fishing event that we have been planning together with my man Cyrus over at Rack Fishing. The two of us, our two organizations, are getting together on this. We wanted to put on one last big event to close out the season before the ice and snow and everything takes over out here and things start getting crazy. So without further ado, let me bring in the man himself, Mr. Cyrus Dooley. What's happening, brother? How you
What's
doing?
up, Gene? No, good, good. Just hanging out, ready for this event coming up on the 11th.
I hear you, man. I hear you. You know, that was when you and I were talking off air, a while back. We were talking about trying to come up with an idea for something at the end of the year. And what better than Veterans Day, man? You
Oh
know,
yeah,
little
it's
later in the season for us out here, but still not too bad. We should be
no,
all
and
right.
it's cool. It's cool because people are always about, hey, I want to get my free food. Well, come get your free food and kayak fish and get some free beer, some free dinner. Learn how to kayak fish. You've never done it before, and just come and fellowship and hang out and enjoy a really good day that we put on for you guys, and for the people that may have never been out on a kayak or fishing before.
Dude, there's so many moving parts to this whole thing of what we're trying to work
Hmm.
on. And so that was why I wanted to do a podcast to it and just give people, number one, I want to call out all the players involved, that are helping us put this whole thing together and
Oh
do
yeah.
it proper. Number two, just give some folks some just solid information as to how you can, number one, come down and be a part of it, or number two,
Hmm.
if you're interested in volunteering, yes. Now, it is important that you understand that if you're volunteering, it's probably best that you have your own kayak.
Right.
That's kind of a major deal. Now, if you're just interested in volunteering at camp and helping out there, totally cool. But any extra kayaks that we have put together are going to be for veterans, active military
Mhm.
responders, or their families. That's super important. So um, that's that was the whole purpose on this thing, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I think my favorite part is just, I've gotten with Sergio, and we're gonna have about 3 to 4. Trying to work on 5 extra kayaks for people at Fort Carson or veterans in general who've really gone through a hard time to be able to come out there and kayak fish for the day.
Heck yeah,
Um, and it's gonna be cool because not only does it expose them to a new hobby, but it also provides the reason why we started our nonprofits, right? The True Patriot Outfitters and Rack Fishing Association is to give these people a sense of healing, give them a sense of passion, a brotherhood, things that they transitioned from the military, and be able to come out here and put those tools that they acquired to use out there on the water.
hell
It's
yeah.
going to be really, really, really awesome time. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, and it is a brotherhood, kayak fishing is, man. I'll tell you that right now. Wherever you go, if you see somebody that's decked out similar or
Oh yeah.
is on their way, if they're fishing out of a kayak, there's an immediate connection. You got it right already. You can start chatting with each other, right out the gates, regardless of what you're fishing for. Doesn't matter. It's you get it once you get out there in a yak, man. It comes together.
And not only are we going to be kayak fishing, but I heard that you got some hookups for dinner. So who's cooking up dinner? Because I'm already hungry. I'm ready.
So we were going to have first. I'll set the what was going to be cool, and then what's really going to happen now.
Okay.
No, we had a connection through one of the guys that's going to come down and join in, that he had the possibility of a guy coming down and who is actually a chef, and he was going to cook up some stuff for us. Unfortunately, found out about 3-4 days ago that our chef schedule isn't going to work out. So we're not going to have him. However, having said that, we're still going to have some badass food. And this is going to be the first group that I wanted to call out. Raptor 6 Ranch. They are a collaborating partner. They're a beef cattle operation right here in Colorado.
Nice.
Combat veteran owned ranch. Ray Dolph. Ray is going to get us a good deal on some literally completely grass-fed or organic beef and chicken right from his ranch. I'm telling you, 2 years ago, I had the opportunity and honor to go out to the ranch and spend some time out there one evening, and he cooked up a meal for us. Dude, I'm telling you, for the first time ever, I can say I could tell the difference. There's just no question in it. When that chicken hits, man, it's like, oh my gosh. And so, yeah, chicken and beef, we're gonna pick up some of that. We're gonna bring that down there. Now, I've been known to be able to smoke up some stuff and grill up some things, but I'm not going to be able to get my Traeger down there, and then all my smoking buddies right now are making fun of me because I said Traeger. But
if I could afford it, I'd have one.
I hear you. Like 4 or 5 years ago, I got I was blessed with this as a gift for I think it was Father's Day from my wife. Blew me out of the water.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, man, it's we'll have a campfire and we'll have meat. So we're gonna burn it up and we'll cook it up and we'll have plenty of good food to be sure. But Raptor 6 Ranch is the first. They're gonna take care of us and make it so that we can get a good deal and keep things in our budget to put that together.
And we'll definitely have some beers there. I was talking to Gene earlier. I'll been reaching out to a bunch of breweries and stuff like that around Colorado Springs and Colorado area, and we're gonna have ample amount of beers, maybe some whiskey will make an appearance here and there. Got a couple nice little bottles I've been reserving.
There you go.
Open up for a celebration. What better time to celebrate than on Veterans Day?
Yes, sir.
Like your video mentioned, stop at 22. We need to curb that number. So if we could come together on Veterans Day and kayak fish, hang out, have a good time, what better way to just kind of cope with a lot of stuff we're going through, right? It's crazy.
It's beneficial to everybody, but most importantly to those individuals that, are working their way through stuff. I had a chance, and I'm no mental health practitioner. I'm not. All my degrees are in completely different fields.
Oh, yeah.
But I do pay attention to things, and one of the organizations I used to work with quite a bit, still hold it near and dear to my heart, the Warrior Bonfire Program.
That's
they
nice.
Retired Lieutenant Colonel Mike Foss, U.S. Army president, and he had talked to me about there is a contingency out there that's looking to get the D removed from PTS because they don't want to talk about it in that type, that it's some sort of disorder of some kind.
Right.
Listen, man, when you see things, you see things. When you go through stuff in life, you go through stuff in life.
Right.
There ain't no getting rid of that, right?
Nope.
It's never going to go away. So the bottom line is just how do we compartmentalize? How do we position this stuff so that we can have a good, productive, positive life with our families? And that's really the name of the game. And when you find something like kayak fishing, dude, it becomes, like you said, man, it can be that hobby. It can be that skill set. It can be that getaway that allows you to get on the water, along with a few other things that you can do that gives you that clarity and that peace of mind just to kind of deal with some stuff and put it where it needs to be.
Oh, yeah. I think we need to whip up some off topic, I know, but we need to whip up some stickers that we can hand out to people that come out to the Veterans Day, so we can give them some stickers from our associations, organizations, and stuff like that, so they can represent. And I was just crossing my mind, and the reason why I said that is because the other day I gave this guy a sticker when I was at the gas station. I was like, hey, I don't kayak fish, but here you go, man. He was a veteran, and he was like, he's like, I don't even fish, but he was like, this is awesome, man. He was like, you're the first person that's like, actually just giving me something, and I was like, what? I was like, nobody's like just giving you random, you know what I mean? Like you go to the store sometimes, they, stuff that advertisement stuff, but no, it's just me like being genuine, giving this guy a sticker, and he was like, he's like, it's hard to find like a group of people post service that you could connect with and that you could just like talk to and bullshit with, or just kind of hang out and have a good time. And I was like, we talked for like almost an hour and a half, 2 hours at a gas station. I'm like, all right, bro, I gotta go. You know what I mean? Like,
it's easy. It's easy to do, man.
Yeah,
it's so easy to do.
We're chopping it up. Next thing you know, it was like an hour, 20 minutes passed. And we're at like a 7-Eleven, and I'm just like, all right, I didn't even get his number or nothing, but I gave him the sticker, and he was like, I'm gonna look into your organization. I'm gonna get out with you guys, and we're gonna hang out. But it's crazy how much just a sticker could do, to somebody. And that's why I'm excited, because like I said, we're able to open up this event to everybody, So if somebody wants to come and they don't have a kayak, we'll find a kayak for you. Yep. If you have a kayak and you're a veteran or a first responder, whoever, come out with us and celebrate Veterans Day with us. It's gonna be a really good time. What time are we kicking it off? I know we're doing a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What's the game plan looking like?
So basically what we have here is that from Friday morning on the 10th, literally at Safe Light at sunup, we're a go. So show up there, hang out. We're going to be launching down at the south because that's going to be, I think, the only access that's going to be down there is down south. Okay. The South Bay ramp is going to be under construction. So we're going to have to launch over by the marina or down by the fishing beach down there. We'll have to back down, to the waters or whatever and launch from there.
Yeah, beach is perfect.
Yep. And so that'll be basically, and my thought is, chances are, sticking close to home, we don't have to go very far probably to get on some fish. In that neck of the woods is what I'm guessing. So basically Friday all day, you're set and good to go. Show up there. Obviously, if you're going to show up early or whatever, do try to connect with us, man. We want to get some pictures. We want to see you there. We want to, obviously connect with you and make sure that you know where we're at over in the campground. We've got 2 camp spots right now. Nobody has requested more than that at this stage. And so we've got 2 camp spots. We'll be grilling up food and so forth, having that. Our 2 camp spots are literally right by the shower and bath area there, and they're right across the road from each other. So we'll be, they're 2 pull-through slots. So we'll have plenty of space to hang out, do what we want to do, and like I said, have a good time in the evening, and just hang out and, like you said, chop it up and talk. And then Saturday, I think, we're free to do what we want to do. We could set up, that's where having an idea of when people plan to come is going to be helpful, just because we can make sure that we're back by the beach or whatever, at certain times to get people in yaks and such. But yeah, man, we'll fish all day Saturday, probably take a break for lunch or whatever. Come on in, grab some lunch, and then we can head back out. If people just want to hang out at camp after that, absolutely got space. We'll grab some chairs, throw them out there, kick back, relax. And then we'll resume it again. Saturday night, we'll have another dinner there, hang out, and then Sunday, pack everything up after the morning coffee and hit the road. And I know the guys they're going to be in the other camp spot may actually stay a few extra days, but I think it's because they got some family that might be coming down on Sunday. Nice. So they might be, they might be going through that. So, but yeah, man, it's the whole point of this thing is just to get out kayak fishing, introduce people. If you've never been, please connect with us. Come on down, man. That's what this thing's about.
For sure.
If you've never been in a kayak fishing, especially for bass, come on down.
It is super easy. I just sent Gene a picture the other day, that bass I caught. And if you ain't never caught a bass, I mean, it's one of the funnest things to catch. They fight super hard. It's a really fun fighting fish, and they get big in Pueblo Reservoir. There's a lot of species you can catch, trout, bass, walleye. They even got like all types of smaller species, different things you can catch. It's just a great time. And where we're going to be at the South Shore, the beach area, it's not too far from fish. You can catch them right from the shore. And if you ain't got a kayak, if you want to come out there and you're afraid of kayaking, but you still want to fish, there's great opportunities along the bank there too that you could fish along the bank, and we'll provide everything you need. If you need rods, reels, baits, we'll take care of you. Just let us know if you're going to come out, and we'll make the rest happen.
Yeah, we've got the gear. There's no question between you guys and us. I mean, we've got enough fishing gear to get a whole army fishing out there for sure. That will not be a problem. So and I do think, just to make sure, I do believe if you don't have a fishing license, make sure you're at least getting getting 2 days worth of a fishing license when you're on that way out there.
And I'll hit on that too. If you do need a fishing license, reach out to me. You can find me on Cyrus Dooley or Rack Fishing Association. I'll pay for you for a license. If you can't afford a license, get in touch with me. I'll buy you a 2-day or a 3-day or however long, and get you taken care of so you can come to this event, because it's super important. We're gonna take a lot of pictures, a lot of photos. It's gonna be super memorable. Get all the free food. It's all on us. So we're going to take care of you guys and make it 100% a memorable experience for your Veterans Day.
Absolutely, man.
There's the hashtag or the tagline right there.
Yep.
You'll find us on Instagram and Facebook.
Just reach out there, hit my man up. They've got that covered. One thing I did want to make sure and push this out here that is absolutely super, super important to me. I've been focused kind of on details and things of this nature. I want people to understand none of this is possible for us at the TPO without the Romans Warrior Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Romans from day one has been a mentor to me. Has kept me, focused on the important things and pieces. When we have hard times come by, he's the guy that I turn to basically, make sure that we're in the right areas. And even down, I mean, the organization that put kayaks in my trailer, dude, 2 years ago when we first, started rolling with this stuff, started doing this, was the Romans Warrior Foundation. I mean, we have kayaks because of them putting this thing together here so that we can keep this mission moving forward from that piece. Now that whole, like I said, that whole area here, I'll roll, it's all of these groups that are part of the Romans Warrior Foundation, man. It's the whole big engine, if you will. We're a small organization, but with a lot of different divisions finding different ways to get out there and heal. And the field ops division is the one that I work with for Romans. TPO would not exist without them. And I want them to know how much we love them and appreciate. I wish we were closer. Unfortunately, there's about 1,500 miles, 2,000 miles between us. They're in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. So that. Yeah. Rack's home base back in Florida. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of my buddy Josh Arney, just popped in the chat. And hey, what's happening? Not much. Josh is hanging out. Josh has been it was kind of funny. Me and Josh go way back. It was really cool. I remember back in 2018, 19, I was wanting to start Rack Fishing Association. Well, Real Adventure Kayak Fishing. I wanted to create a kayak fishing group, and I was sitting there chatting with Josh, and I'm like, man, I was like, what is a name that we can do? And he was helping me find names. He was like, what about this? So I was like, what about that? So Josh has literally been through it all with us. He's a firefighter back home in Florida, and he's been a firefighter for a hot minute now, coming up a retirement soon, I believe. But
that's awesome.
He's one of our founding, members of the group, which is super awesome to see people stick around and still support what we do. And we definitely couldn't do it without people like him. And 17 years firefighter, right? Like, that's crazy. But it's people like him, that make this happen and what we do happen.
Right.
And it's all because of him as people we can serve. You know what I mean? He's a firefighter, so it's people like him that we take out and we help. And he kayak fishes too. He's got like a live. You ever seen those live paddle boards?
Maybe.
LIVE live paddle boards. They're pretty cool. You should look them up. Especially for heavier dudes. They have a super big platform for balance.
Nice.
And they're really nice, but they also cost like $2,000 just for a paddleboard, and that's with the discount. Like,
that's
nonprofit.
pretty heavy. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm super pumped for Veterans Day, man. I think we hit everything. I just want to reiterate: Friday, safe flight. We're fishing. Safe flight. Everybody come out, hang out. We're doing dinner. Saturday, safe flight, fish, come back, have a lunch, maybe do some barbecue or something simple like that,
Yep.
some fixings and stuff like that, and then go back out and then come back, do a dinner, do our dinner, campfire, some beers, hang out, camaraderie, talk it up, have a good time, camp out, and then Sunday morning we can fish, or whoever wants to head out, they can head
Yep.
out. But we'll probably be fishing Sunday morning.
Yeah,
Because
totally. I mean, that's completely up to Sunday morning after coffee and everything's done and wrapped up. You're basically it's freedom time at that point. We'll basically probably break down the trailer and everything, put everything back together, and I probably won't be too long before I'm back on the road. Right now, the weather is looking really promising, man. It looks like it's
right,
going to get back up into the 50s and 60s.
thank God.
One thing that I will let people know is that it's not uncommon for your feet to get wet. Okay. When you
Nope.
come out and kayak fish. So it's important that you have some good shoes, either some waterproof boots or something along those lines. At the very least, bring an extra pair of socks, that you can change into after the fact, through that. And even if it's 60, 65 degrees, which is, in Colorado, that's pretty warm in the
Yeah.
sun. But when
Yeah.
you're out on the lake, it's going to get breezies. And
Yeah, right.
yeah, I think we got a Florida guy here, 50s and 60s.
Hold on. Stand by.
Uh-oh. We got something going on here. But yeah, for sure, make sure that you got some warm clothing that you're packing with you. Oh, there you go, snow.
It is not going to be snowing Veterans Day. I hope not. That's
No.
crazy.
Right now,
we got pounded.
yeah, right. And right now the weather report's looking really good. So actually the bite should be phenomenal at that point.
Oh yeah.
From what you saw earlier, it looks like it's beginning. And with this cold snap coming in here, and then we should have enough days of a warm up trend. So yeah, I'm hoping that they're going to be setting up almost like literally, pardon the pun, but shooting fish in a barrel. It should be
And you
pretty
hit around
good.
so I went out there to just scout, you know what I mean, the other day, getting ready for our trip coming up. I'm gonna go out every weekend leading up to our trip. It was crazy the other day. We had that cold front push through, started getting the 50s, like mid 50s, low 40s at night. It was like 50s, 60s in the afternoon. Those bass are just on fire right now. I caught like a few, including that pretty big one I caught. I sent you a picture of.
Yep.
It was about like this big. It was pretty nice. From Pueblo.
Yeah,
and they're feeding on everything. I was using a Ned rig with a 3-inch worm, 3-inch worm. It was I'm not really too familiar with still bass fishing. Like I honestly I got lucky that day. I'm not sure, but if I could do it, you could do it. I'm not even the best bass fisherman, but if you can go out there and freaking know what you're doing, you can tear them up, because all I was doing was hitting around the rocks and the where there's weeds. There's a bunch of grass areas that Genie was said, he was like, damn man, like where'd you find that at? Every time I go out, like, which is true, it's hard to find weeds and like nice vegetation in Pueblo. You really have to like look for it.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
there.
if you know the lake, you know where it's at. To what I was most surprised with was how vibrant and green it was still. It was still very much alive. It had not started to die off anywhere. So yeah, that's what caught my attention. Like, okay, that the more green it is for you guys, folks at home, the more oxygen that is kicking off. And so that's why those bass hide in there. It's like a Monster Energy drink to them. They're getting that oxygenated water by that grass. Yeah, they get hungry, they get moving.
And so I think it's gonna be a great time for fishing, especially with these cold fronts moving through. These bass are gonna be really laying shallow along the rocks, and those Ned rigs, if you ain't got one, pick them up. And
so
I'm not sure. It's nice.
I'm working with one of the companies that I'm involved with, Eagle Claw Fishing. Every time they hear of something that we have going on, they reach out and they're like, hey, how can we get a part of this? So they want to know. So I'm going to try to make sure that we have enough terminal tackle for Ned rigging and drop shotting and wacky rigging. These are 3 staple ways of finesse fishing here in the state of Colorado.
Oh yeah.
And Eagle Claw is, I mean, once you've got their terminal, tag, that's the last hook you'll ever need to buy. It's, so I'm going to see if they reached out, like I said, to us. They want to be a part of this. They want to help out.
That's awesome.
They're right out of Denver here. They're right, one of the biggest legacy companies in fishing out, that you can come up with. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to see if I just got to make sure I get an order into them, and then they'll ship it up to me, and then make sure I can bring it down there with me.
And also, I want to hit on how many. Okay, so as far as logistics go,
Yeah.
how many kayaks are you bringing? How many butts in the seat can you get?
I have got 2 additional kayaks right now.
Okay.
Come January, we'll have a third, but right now we're still sitting on 2.
So I got about 4. So between you and I, do you have your butts filled already?
At least for one of those days, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just trying to make sure that we can at least maybe get 3 to 4 veterans out, and then I'd be happy with that. And plus, whoever else shows up with their own kayaks, it'd be nice. But for those who want to come out and participate,
Yep.
let Gene or I know. Follow True Patriot Outfitters or Rackfish Association. Get with one of us.
Yep.
Let us know if you want to come out and you want to kayak fish for the day, so we could save you a kayak, paddle, PFD, and make sure that you have everything that you need
Yep.
to enjoy the day. Because we don't want to get overbooked, then we can't provide things for people. So we want to make sure that we have everything.
Yep.
So we're able to adequately get people in the water and enjoy the day. So whatever day it is, Friday, Saturday, let us know. We could maybe do 4 and 4. You know what I mean? 4 veterans Friday, or first responders, and then 4 veterans, whoever on Saturday.
No,
So we just
and
gotta know.
I also know there's been a lot of guys that have asked me if we have enough kayaks. Here's the thing I would say: if you have an extra kayak that you would
Bring
be
it.
willing to bring,
Yeah.
with gear and such, that you would be willing to entrust us to watch it from Friday to Saturday and use it, absolutely, guys. We would
Right.
100%. Truly, that would be phenomenal. It would be a huge, huge help. We'll put this post out as well as we start getting more logistics locked up on this thing here towards the end of the week. I'm going to start busting out the spreadsheets and going to Excel, to figure all this stuff out.
Oh yeah.
Um, but yeah, man, that would be huge. If you can't if you can't come down, if you've got prior engagements, but you want to try to help out, kayaks would be always, a helpful deal for sure.
And
Uh,
if you want to bring them, we can lock them up at our campsite
oh yeah,
overnight. You know
yep,
what I mean? Like
plenty of
if you,
security.
yeah. So if you want to, I even have like a little camera I can set up. You know what I mean? If you want to bring them and you just want to drop them off for us to use, we can definitely benefit from that. And we'll make it happen. We'll take care of it. And even if you want to be compensated with a couple beers, I got you. I don't got much finances, but I got you some beers.
That's right. No, we've got a 7x16 cargo trailer that, if needs be, these things can go in the cargo trailer during the day. If they're not being used right away, they can sit in there nice and cozy and toasty and warm. And then when we come back out, they'll be right there at camp with us. So yeah, everything will be. And obviously, should anything occur whatsoever, we would absolutely reimburse and take care of you. If you were, we have insurance for those very, very reasons right there.
100%.
So, but no, man, this should be a ton of fun. Introducing people, connecting. There's going to be some brotherhood and sisterhood taking place. And yeah, even if, like you said before, Cyrus, even if you don't want to fish, if that's not your gig, come and hang out. Hang out, and just be there with us. There's going to be people, I'm sure, moving from on the water, out of the water. And yeah, just come hang out and connect with us there, because it's especially for Saturday night, above all.
I'm just gonna tell people, if you're a veteran, just come out and hang out with us. You know what I
Yes,
mean? You don't even have to know how to kayak fish or fish, or you don't even have to even do anything. Just come out for a free meal, enjoy a campfire, freaking enjoy the night with us. It's all about camaraderie and getting to know each other and building bonds. That's what it's all
100%.
about. And
And
so I think it's gonna be good.
if we run out of food, if we got 30 people showing up, that's fantastic. If we run out of food, I'll run into Pueblo. We'll find food. You know what I mean?
I will kill a deer.
With a tag properly.
No, I'm just kidding. Don't come at me. Please don't arrest me.
See,
I was out there. Side topic. I was out there the other day, and I was fishing. I like to make little drone videos, and I had this guy come up to me. He's like, "You're not allowed to fly drones here," and I was like, "Okay, well that's weird." 'Cause I was like told I was allowed. He's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "Do you have your license?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I got my license. I got it online." to fly my drone. I'm from Florida, so we can pretty much fly drones wherever, just out on a military base or around 10 miles from a military base. But I guess here in Colorado, all the parks are prohibited from flying drones, like the national state parks and stuff like that. I just found that out like 5 hours ago because Matt Collins hit me up and he's like, "Hey, is this at Pueblo?" And I was like, "Yeah." Matt was like, "It's like illegal to fly drones." And I'm like, "No." I was like, "This guy sent me some information, but I guess the guy sent me the completely wrong information because you can have a permit, you just have to apply for it and get the permit stuff going." Side topic. Anyway, but no, we are going to make some really cool videos, and there might be some drone action going on, and I might fight somebody. You know what I mean? No, I'm just kidding. But we really want to make this a cool experience for everybody to come out and hang out. And
there'll be enough. I think with some of the guys from the CKFC that'll come and join. I'm sure some of the CKB guys and gals will be there. That'll have a chance to come down, and absolutely, if you're part of both of those clubs, one of those clubs, whatever, absolutely, please come down. You can join in, you can help. If you're not a veteran, not a first responder, please come down and join in to help, volunteer with us, especially if you've got a kayak in there. We can always use extra people out on the water, help guide and supply tackle and things of that nature. We want to, especially for those folks that are kind of, new to the sport, we want to make sure that they've got, somebody close by that can help them with some decision making and put them on fish, man. That's the name of the game, is get in the right areas. For sure. So your man, Josh Arney here, says he's got some deer meat if we want some. Isn't he in Florida? How are we going to get that deer meat up here?
That means he's going to drive up here. He's going to paddle. He's going to drive up and load up his paddle boards and come hang out with us on the 11th.
In the 50, 60 degree weather.
Yeah. I know, right? Oh my God, I couldn't take it. You should see this guy. He's like freaking 6'4", like 260 pounds, like a big dude, right?
Well, you got plenty of insulation.
That's what I said. So I was like, for him just to be like, "Oh, I can't take it." Yes, you can. And now that'd be really cool if he could come up here, but I don't think he would. Deer meat would be cool. Shout out to Robert Piano for the Yingling, and also Robert just shot a pronghorn not too long ago, so I do expect him to bring some sausages down for the Veterans Day event. And I'll give it some other people. We'll maybe get some exotic meat going on. I think that'd be interesting to have around.
That's the thing, is I'm really going to start pushing hard and talking to some other locations. We're trying to get some other cool stuff. I don't think this late in the season we're going to have a ton of swag. I will just preface things with that right now. But if this goes off and this checks out, this is going to become something that I want to do every year. And cool. we're gonna have a full year to prep for it and put the word out. And so we could turn this into a ton of fun. I would actually, quite honestly, love to work with CPW on this. This time of year, man, they're not busy down there.
No. You should have seen it the other day when I went fishing. There was a CPW guy out there. He was just like, literally, I was the only boat on the reservoir. And he goes, "You're out here by yourself, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I just shot around the whole coast, like the whole res." And he's like, "You're the only person on the lake right now." And I was like, "No way!" Like North Shore, South Shore, everything. He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You're the only person." He's like, "You know what that means?" And I was like, "What?" "Here's a CPW sticker." Gave me a sticker or whatever. So I was like,
it means he's only has you to watch now.
Yeah. Well, he even had the audacity. He was like, "You got your fishing license?" And I'm like, "Yes." And he was like, "All right, well," he's like, "Let me run a check." I'm like, "Bro, like, I'm the only one out here. You know what I mean? Like, you really don't have anything better to do you?" He was super cool though. He was super, super cool. He's a 32-year combat veteran, and he volunteers for the CPW down in Pueblo. Didn't get his name, but he's 32 years, and then he got bored, so he drives a boat now on the reservoir. Pretty cool.
Blame you, man. What a job.
Right.
If I could make a living doing it, which I couldn't with my schedule, I would love that. Yeah. Love that job. Have your office be the outdoors and be down there. Yeah, for sure.
Man, that'd be great.
But anyway, for sure, man. And that's so that's what if we get a lot of good response from this, that's my mind starts always thinking to the future about how we can make it obviously even better and just have a phenomenal setup there. And we'll work with them and we'll see how this first event goes off. But may not have swag, but we're going to have a lot of good times. There's going to be a lot of good fishing, lots of good food. And we will adapt with whatever needs to happen, man. We'll correct course. We'll make things. We'll make sure that this is a fun 2-day, especially on Veterans Day on Saturday, the 10th and the 11th. Man, we're gonna have a good time.
Make sure after this, we need to make a Facebook event, like get an
Actually,
event
I
page
did.
going. Okay,
I did. Yep,
okay,
we've
cool.
got one out there.
I'll blast it.
Yeah, we'll go to the True Patriot Outfitters at True Patriot Outfitters, and you'll find the event on there that we've
Perfect.
set that up for those 2 days, and so
Perfect.
we can start throwing that around.
Yeah,
And
I'll blast
getting
it all
that up
over the
there.
place. We'll freaking make it huge. And yeah, I mean, we're definitely gonna be working on some more sponsors. Like Gene said, we're gonna get some more stuff going on. I'm trying to reach out to a couple distilleries, try to get a few bottles to give away to some people, and just maybe some little giveaways and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome.
You know, if we get enough stuff to be able to put together like that, who knows? There could be a little competition that breaks out.
Who
You know what
knows?
I'm saying?
Let's
I
do
mean,
it.
you just
Yeah.
never know. Big
We'll make it
fish,
happen.
smallest fish, first fish, whatever.
Yep.
We'll come up with something.
I'm with it, man. It's gonna be great. So,
I-
but I
I'm
think we
only
got all the.
I'm only aware of one Navy guy so far. I know there's a few Army guys, so I don't know if we can do service to service. I don't know if that's going to work. So I think Army guys are going to outnumber us for sure.
Oh yeah, Army leads the way. You know what I'm saying?
That's
There's
awesome.
gonna be a
Good
lot of
stuff.
shit talking.
Oh yeah, that most certainly will be heavily served up.
Yeah, I'm already looking forward to it. I already know one of the funniest people I know is Robert. He's gonna come hopefully on Saturday, and that dude's personality and sarcasm is unparalleled. It's unmatched. Like
That's
he
awesome.
will make you feel like a complete idiot for being in the Navy. Like,
Good
nah,
stuff.
it's gonna
Man.
be a good time,
stuff.
man. I'm looking forward to it.
And that's just to reiterate again, just make sure watch the weather leading up to this. Oh, here's one big major piece too. If you are planning to bring your family, 100% love it. That's awesome. Let us know ahead of time. And if you're planning to if you want to get your family out in a kayak out there, give us kind of a head count on how that goes. I can tell you right now, Cyrus and I were talking about this. We are like blanked on kids' PFDs, personal flotation devices.
Yes.
We do not have any. So if and you're not getting on the water in a kayak without a PFD on, especially this time of year, anytime it shouldn't matter. But we absolutely a PFD is needed and required to get out in the kayaks and get out there. So if you need one for your kids, make sure to supply that and bring that with you, and just dress warm. Have extra layers that you can bring with you, because even if it's nice and 60 and sunny or whatever at the campsite, it's going to be a little chilly on the water with a breeze, but nothing that's going to make the fishing unfun. It'll be totally good.
Now, I do want to mention one more thing. What's up, Matt? Matt Collins. What's up, dude? I want to mention one more thing. You mentioned there's 2 campsites available.
Well, 2 campsites that are currently reserved right now.
Reserved. Okay.
Yep.
And so with that, if we have a bunch of people coming and camping overnight, like they want to pitch a tent, are we stacking them all, like dividing them into each campsite, or what are we doing with that for logistics?
We have enough room for a couple tents right now, but if somebody wants to bring a camper down, get a hold of me now, like immediately, so I can get you a site, because there are other sites right next to us right now. The TPO will reserve that site for you, and we'll cover the cost of that. If you're bringing your camper down, if you're bringing, whatever, we can get you a site there. I just need to know about it as soon as humanly possible, so we can make sure to get you squared away. I didn't want to rent these and reserve them if we weren't going to use them, just because not for nothing, they're not $10 a piece, type thing.
Right.
So we wanted to make sure. Plus, you can't, if you try to refund, you get charged, extra monies on it.
A refund fee. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I do want to mention, if you are camping, make sure that you do pack warm. Make sure you bring nice sleeping bags or some like buddy heaters or whatever you have. We'll put all that information out in the event page. And we want to just make sure we get a head count. So if you do need camping gear, let us know too. I can always go to the Outdoor Center on Fort Carson and get us some camping gear that we could rent out to some people, or let people borrow. If that's your intentions, just let us know. We'll put information up, and we'll let people decide what they want to do. But we just got to know before I would say by the 6th of November. That way we can plan everything.
Let's take a look here. So
Like a deadline, and that way we're able to kind of get everything confirmed.
6 would be ideal. Now, I don't want somebody not to come if they can't find out until the 8th or 9th. Do come on down, but yeah, if you can, let us know by next Monday, the 6th. Whether or not what your intentions are. That way we know we can get a good gauge.
Like I said, stuff. Yeah,
we're putting food together, we're putting resources. We want to make sure we're getting the right amount for everybody.
And that gives us a full week too, so we should be good with a full week. We're gonna have a good time. I think it's gonna be a great turnout, Gene. I think it's gonna be a good event for sure.
Well, I'm excited about it, man. I'm super stoked that you and I are getting a chance to work together on this first event here between our two organizations. That's a ton of fun. You know what? And dude, just kudos to you. Thank you for being who you are and doing what you're doing, because I've said this before, too many times nonprofit organizations, especially, we do the very same thing. Both of us, our two organizations are identical in what we do, but in too many times I see people out there, thinking that there's this competition thing going on out here, and that has nothing to do with it. I love the fact, brother, that you are focused on the mission and how we're able to, just coincide side by side, collabing on this. Dude, this is super cool. We're going to have a blast.
Yeah, man. I said that from, the last time we chatted up a little bit, and it's just like, the fall and outdoors, those guys, and Mike Unruh, the vice president there, he's just, same thing we do. He does kayak fishing for veterans all across the states. He's based out of Missouri, and dude's a great dude. And he's one of those people that will give you the shit off his back, and so it's like what I would do with you, and I hope you would do with everybody else. And it's
100%.
just a thing where we don't have the time to sit here and pick and choose, but we just want to help people and get people out and let them experience something they never experienced before. And that's what we're going to do on November 11th.
Dude, joining together, we're able to do something, so much stronger, better than what we could do by ourselves. That's the beauty of this whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Is that we're able to put together so many more resources together. So, all right, folks, follow it at Rack Fishing. If you have any questions, if you need anything, hang on a sec. I'm getting back to where I needed to be.
You're good.
Right, here we go. At Rack Fishing Association. If you need something, reach out to them. Reach out to us here at the True Patriot Outfitters. If you have questions, we want you. If you are an active military person, if you are a veteran, if you're a first responder or a family member of any of those, we want you there. We want you here. Come hang out with us. If you want to fish, we want you fishing. Let's go kayak fishing. Let's go catch some late fall bass here in Colorado. They exist, and they could be. You got a shot at some of the good ones right now this time of year. Get out here. If you just want to hang out for dinner, if you just want to hang out and have a beer, hang out and have dinner. Hang out and have a beer with us. Friday and Saturday night, both we're doing that. You want to chill by the campfire, bring your family out, hang out and share some stories. We want you there. If you're not sure, we still want you there. So
and I do want to say last thing, there might be some opportunities. My buddy just texted me while we're sitting here. He's like, "Hey, I saw you online." He might come by and take people out as well for some evening after kayak fishing, because the Arkansas River is right there for some big brown trout fishing on fly. So some people might be interested in that. Let us
know. You never know who's going to show up.
Yeah, we can make that happen as well. It looks like it's going to be a pretty cool event we're already putting together, just from what's going on so far. But I appreciate everybody tuning in, and it's going to be pretty awesome, Gene. I'm looking forward to it, man.
We say this all the time around the Romans Warrior Foundation, is that together it's amazing what we can actually do, man. When we come together and we, everybody starts chipping in and, hey, I can do this. Hey, I can help here. It's so awesome to watch that stuff evolve, man, and just boom, drop out there. So I'm hoping that's what this event goes with. So folks at home, we're going to leave you with that here. Follow, like I said, check out at Rack Fishing Association, True Patriot Outfitters. Reach out to Cyrus or myself, get with one of us, and let us know what the deal is here. That if you can make it, we want you there. So please, let's go ahead and put this together. Colorado Kayak Fishing Club, share the information inside the club. Colorado Kayak Bassmasters, please do the same. We can use volunteers. We need volunteers there. Oh, now we got the bait that's not breaking. Folks never saw it. I got to share that. at our previous time we were talking and we were going to do this and we were recording. Cyrus wanted to show how durable his bait is. He picked it up. And as he pulled it, it broke right there on the recording. He's like, oh.
Great advertising. You know what? That was so funny. I still have the pieces.
That's right. So it was a fluke thing. It was a fluke thing.
Anyway,
awesome.
We're out of here.
That's right. All right, folks. Tight lines and be safe.
See ya.
Together.